What is going on, guys? Nasher61 here, back with Nasher's Q&A, episode 13, and man, it's been a while since I've done one of these. But for this episode, how I got these questions and how I'll be getting the questions in the future is through Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, I highly recommend making one just because it's so much better than Facebook, and I've been using it a lot recently. And actually on Twitter, I just got to 1K followers, which is a huge milestone for me, and I'm so excited I got that. I just want to thank you guys so much for that. But how you can submit questions for future episodes is all you'll have to do is follow me on Twitter at the Nasher61, then tweet at me using the hashtag AskNasher. So basically just put down a question in a tweet and then use hashtag AskNasher at the end. So then for next week's episode, all I have to do is get on TweetDeck, type in hashtag AskNasher, and I can see every single question and every time somebody used that hashtag. So that's how we'll be doing questions in future episodes. Anyways, let's get this thing started. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It should be a good one. Tons of great questions for this week. So let's go. First question is by fellow Montage Moment member, The Clapperton, and he asked, who's your favorite player on Montage Moment? And I just can't answer that question. Like, when you're talking about Montage Moment, you have to look at it as a full team. And with any team in ESHL, you can't be like, oh, he's my favorite player. You gotta play for the logo on the front, not the name on the back. That's my piece of advice for you guys. Next question is by Jabby3, and he asked, will you ever make more raps? And yeah, I definitely want to make some more raps in the future. I think that's just kind of something that I started to do, and I definitely want to keep doing it because they're a lot of fun to make. It does take a lot of work to make a rap, but it's definitely worth it in the end. And I think my last one actually turned out really well. It got over 600 likes, I think, just recently past 600, which is insane. Thanks so much for the support. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. I'll make a new rap at 10K subscribers, so you guys can look forward to that. It should be good. I'll be sure to put a lot of work into it and try to make it as best as I can. J. Cole32 asked, who do you think will benefit most from the shortened season? Now, that's kind of a tough question just because it's hard to tell with this shortened season how this is going to pan out, especially for the playoffs and stuff like that, because we haven't seen a team just be like, only having to play the second half of the season. Like, that's something new for us. I know a lot of the teams that you won't expect to even make the playoffs, they might play better with this shortened season. Maybe the Blue Jackets will surprise us. Now, I'm not trying to get my hopes up for it, but most of their years, they have half a good season, whether it's the first half or the second half. So maybe they'll get lucky this year. They'll have a good second half of the season, which is technically the full season this year. And maybe they'll make a run for the playoffs at least and hopefully win that Stanley Cup. I guess we can dream, can't we? The CHF11 asked, if you could live with any NHL player for a full week other than Rick Nash, who would it be? That's a tough one since, you know, when we're looking at NHL players, we never really get to see their true personalities. We see them on the ice and we see how they play and stuff. But, I mean, you can see them in interviews, but one person that sticks out for this question, it's got to be Biz Nasty 2.0, Paul Bissonnette. I feel like he would just be really interesting, I guess you could say. Definitely funny to live with that guy, so that's who I got to go with. JetFan for Life asked, will you be getting GTA 5 when it comes out, and do you plan on getting any new games anytime soon? As for GTA 5, I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really big into GTA. I actually have never owned a Grand Theft Auto game. I mean, I've played them before, but they're just not that fun to me, mostly because I'm a big multiplayer guy, as you probably know. I haven't played a single game of single-player NHL 13 because all I do is play multiplayer. I just like having the live competition, and I know GTA, it has like a really good story and stuff, but I'm just not into story modes and single players. Like, I just don't play them, so I probably won't be picking it up, and I can't really think of any games I'm going to be getting here in the future, except for NHL 14 obviously, but that's not anytime soon. So I guess we'll see. I'll probably end up eventually buying one. I'm just not sure what yet. Ultimate Pro 13 asks, Nasher, when do you plan to transfer to OSU, and do you plan on playing for their hockey team? I actually did already transfer to OSU this semester, so I'm here already. I'm commuting from home. And do you plan on playing on their hockey team? It's not exactly easy to make it onto a Division I hockey team, so no. And club, I don't think so. I'll definitely be dominating in intramurals. If anybody's at Ohio State, look us up. We're on the Stars. We're going to win the championship for sure. I can guarantee you that. So we're just going to be having some fun in intramurals. I'm not really committed to anything right now. Next question is by Tommy Vandeveld, and he asked Powerade or Gatorade. Gotta go with Gatorade 100%. I don't know the names of any of the Gatorades. I don't think anyone actually knows the names of Gatorades, but you have to do it by the color. The dark blue Gatorade's definitely the best. Also, the Purple Rain's pretty good. Like, I'll give it that, but those are definitely my two favorites. Classic Orange, Classic Lemon Lime, always good. Any Gatorade's going to be solid. It's just personal preference, but it's definitely Gatorade over Powerade. Dylan Curtis 18 asked, in your opinion, what was your best hockey game in real life that you played in? And that is a really tough one. Best hockey game I played in. One that definitely comes to mind, I don't know if it was the best, but I remember this one the most, is the Blue Jackets Cup, which is like the Central Ohio kind of end-of-the-year tournament. And it was my junior year. There was 5 seconds left on the clock in the second period. Coach put me out there to take the face-off, and I ended up taking the face-off, winning it forward to myself, taking it to the net, flipping it up over the goalie's left shoulder, and it went bar down. Like, that was the best moment I remember from high school hockey. It was just so sick, and no one was expecting it because there was just 5 seconds left, but we ended up getting a lot of momentum from that goal and winning the game. I think it was actually kind of a blowout, like 4-1 or something like that. But that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely want to do more Q&As. It was a lot of fun to do. And there's still a lot of questions on the hashtag AskNasher that I haven't looked at yet. So I will be looking at that for future episodes. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @TheNasher61 and start using the hashtag AskNasher to submit your own questions. That's about it. I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a good one.
No alter ego, he flows below zero. He's the hometown hero. Cleo predicted C-note. The hood show me love, cause I rep what's really me. So, although I'm not a gangster, they still calling me a G-ho. YC said he got racks on racks on racks. Me and Tim be steady working, we got tracks on tracks on tracks. So on the count of 3, I'ma be the main attraction. I'm talking about that Ichi